Hi, I'm Diana Falzone, and this is 4for4. 4 opinions on 4 entertainment headlines in 4 minutes. First, the big news of the day. Brian Williams was suspended by NBC for 6 months for telling tall tales. Ashley, will we ever see Williams in the anchor chair again?
I think that we might, because the way that this was done, it sort of leaves the door open, because it was a 6-month suspension effective immediately without pay. But it's a suspension. He wasn't fired. So if it turns out this was an isolated incident, I think he could come back. But come back to the status where he was before, I'm not sure of.
Right. Yeah, they let him twist in the wind for a week, and then they took him out to the woodshed with this 6-month suspension. If I was Brian Williams, I don't think I would want to come back at this point. He did a lot of bad things, but I think he's probably going to have a bit of a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah. 6 months is a long time for viewers to get used to somebody else in that anchor chair. And you know what, so say for instance he does come back, like you said he might. You know, what if there's a story in the news about some politician or high-power person lying? How is he going to report on that? Are they just not going to do the story? So it's going to be an uphill battle for him this whole time.
Last night I interviewed Today's Show Hoda Kotb, and she said that Brian Williams is devastated and that they're leaving it in NBC hands to figure out what to do next. But giving someone a 6-month suspension is a way for them to give him the opportunity for a graceful exit and for all of us to stop talking about it.
Bingo.
So on the same day Williams got suspended, Jon Stewart announced he was leaving The Daily Show. All right, guys, you can cry now. Chris, can they switch jobs?
Why not? I mean, they wanted Jon Stewart to host Meet the Press on NBC, and the New York Post had an item today that said that Brian Williams was going after Jay Leno's job when he left The Tonight Show.
So
one of them wants to be more serious, one of them wants to be a stand-up comic. This is the time to do it.
That would be brilliant. I would love that. Now, if that doesn't happen, my pick would be the Soup's Joel McHale. He's hilarious. He does sort of a social commentary show. I think he'd be a great fit.
My pick would be Amy Poehler. I would love to see that. After Weekend Update, she has the experience. She could talk politics. She's smart. She's clever. And Parks and Rec just ended. She might have the time.
She looks like
Samantha Bee.
There you go.
She looks like Samantha Bee, who's already on the
Those are all very interesting. I would like to see a female panelist in that chair. I think it would be pioneering. It would be a big move. And the one for me is Aisha Tyler, who also hosted The Soup. And she's an Ivy Leaguer. She's brilliant. She's been a panelist on talk shows.
She played Ross's girlfriend.
She also played Ross's girlfriend, which will just put her right over the edge. Switching over to the fashion world, Urban Outfitters is under fire for selling a tapestry that looks like the symbol Nazis put on gay people in concentration camps. Carly, this isn't the first time Urban Outfitters has done something like this.
No, it's far from it, actually. They sold a sweatshirt in 2003 that said everybody loves a Jewish girl on it with dollar signs around it. They had sold a t-shirt that looked very similar to something Jews had to wear during the Holocaust. So they've offended the African American community, Christians, the Irish community. I mean, they need a change of management or something. It's getting out of control.
Right, that's what I'm wondering. Doesn't there have to be a team of people that make this decision? There's not one person in the room who's like, hey guys, once again, this is going to cause a problem.
Exactly.
Right.
I think that it's ridiculous, like time after time that this happens, and I wonder if it's for attention. If so, that's dangerous.
They had a
territory.
Kent State sweatshirt that had blood splattered on it. I mean, it really sucks for me personally because it's got the best record store in New York City, and that's where I get all my vinyl. And now because of all this terrible stuff that they put out there, I'm going to have to probably
You don't
not
want to
go
shop
with
there.
it
And
anymore.
Urban Outfitters got in trouble not only for its fashion, but its fashion models. Just this year alone, they've had a model get in trouble for her inner thigh gap being too far of a gap. So you have to think they need to rebrand their branding
How far a gap
team.
was it?
It was very, very far. It was inappropriate. Anyway, finally, Sports Illustrated cover girl Hannah Davis disagrees with those who are calling her bikini cover pornographic. Ashley, is it porno or the year of the torso?
Yes, she did say it was the year of the torso. That's a fun fact. I didn't know. I appreciate now.
Yeah, it is.
The information. However, I think pornographic is too harsh of a word. I don't think it's pornographic. I think it is very, very risque. And I do understand that if this is on the magazine stand, that people might strategically place it somewhere else because, people, parents, might not want to.
It's always a big deal as to who gets the cover, and we were all waiting in the editorial staff to see who got the cover, and we saw it was Hannah Davis. We're like, hey, it's Derek Jeter's girlfriend. Then we looked again, and we're like, what is Derek Jeter's girlfriend doing?
She's being a model on a Sports Illustrated cover.
Oh, that's not being a model.
That's what they do. You go through a slideshow. I'm going to give you some homework. Go through a slideshow.
Tough assignment there, Carly.
Of all the recent covers, and you will see that almost every single one of them is provocative for one reason or
I
another.
interviewed the
I will
SI
take on this
models
assignment.
yesterday, and
You're welcome.
they all said that they defended Hannah Davis. They said that part of being an SI model is wearing a bikini. They're not modeling winter coats here.
Bingo.
And that risque is in. It's what sells. And going back to Cheryl Teague, she had one of the most provocative images that we've ever seen. And guess what, guys? They're getting us to talk, and that's the whole point. That's what we think. Tell us what you think on Twitter with the hashtag 444.